Happy to bring this video to you guys today, but not happy about the topic. You guys know we love making content here, but this stuff is never easy. So while I do much enjoy creating content on the platform, these are the worst videos to make. All right, Verizon is scheduled to start another set of job cuts. And these job eliminations and reductions follow up on, like previous job cuts that I think is all part of a procedural, sequential, and linear progression in how the company plans on reducing their operational expenses by reducing their workforce. All right, so Verizon's going to be cutting a few hundred jobs. Reuters has the story. I'll link you guys. There will be a link in the description. U.S. wireless carrier Verizon said on Thursday it is cutting a few hundred jobs nationwide as it continues to revamp its operations. If this sounds familiar, it's because it's round two, albeit a much smaller round of cuts than the first one. Last year, back in the tail end of Q4, Verizon eliminated, reduced, or cut jobs by like 13 to 15,000 employees. I'm not sure if they nailed 13,000, that was their goal, and they hit that number and that was it, or if this is part of that 13,000, or if these are new, whatever the case may be. They're going to continue that shrinkage. They're going to continue to reduce their headcount at their company. A company spokesperson said as part of the company's overhaul, quote, "We're continuing to add headcount to grow parts of the business that are growing while making targeted job reductions to portions of the business where this is needed." So what that tells us or signals to us is there are parts of the business that need to be reduced. And that comment makes it sound like there are parts of the business that aren't really making as much money, don't really require as many employees to stay operationally efficient. It's a trimming the fat type of statement. And believe me, there are things at Verizon, which is a very large company, that are probably kind of bloated and could be reduced pretty simply. It's not good for the people who would be lost in all of this. But for many, many years, telco had operated from the sense of, hiring lots of people and makes the company better and all that. And now it's the opposite. Now what makes a company better is having less employees. It's just a different day, a company that has a lot of debt and a company that has to cater to the shareholders. There's so many different things that factor into this. But a few hundred definitely doesn't seem as bad as the several thousands as it was before. And like I said, I don't know if this is just a continuation of the previous job cuts or if these are new or whatever. But I guess if anything, it's a consolation that it's much less than it was before. And it doesn't mean that it's over. It doesn't mean that there aren't more job cuts coming. But Verizon did say that they would be cutting 13,000 or more jobs. And it looks like this is either part of that 13,000 or additional. But hopefully those people who are impacted, you hope that they bounce back, find a good gig, maybe end up in an industry position that is more secure, maybe end up in a new industry that opens up new opportunities that are better for them and their families. You always hope for the best. It's just a tough situation, man. I'm telling you guys, like I said, I enjoy making videos, but this topic is one I'm not particularly fond of. It's just for the news. And my take on this is, whenever these layoffs complete, which I hope is very soon, and I don't hope there isn't much more of it. And I kind of hope that Dan Schulman just goes away. I know he's going to be there for a couple years or whatever. Hopefully sooner than that, because I know he's there for one thing and one thing only, and it's stuff like this. So nothing personal, Dan, but you're bringing pain to a lot of people. So, it's not an easy thing. It's not an easy situation. And there's no accountability for him. He's gone after this time of doing these things. He's going to ride off into the sunset, and he's out. I'm sure he's going to be rewarded handsomely for bringing up the value of the stock or whatever, the value of the company. But yeah, man, it's just a tough situation. A lot of blood out here in these employment streets. And it's not really a unique problem to Verizon. It's all over the industry and other industries too. Hell, Meta, has been reducing jobs by the tens of thousands. Amazon, they're looking to reduce count all the time. Pretty much every big company is. So we'll just continue to monitor it. And again, hoping the best for these folks. Let me know what you guys think. Like, share, subscribe. Check out some more of our videos. We'll see you guys soon on the next one.